The elves of the woodland realm and the dwarves of Erebor are defending the lonely mountain and the city of Dale against the hordes of Dol Guldur and Gundabad. What's up, guys, and welcome back. We have some more Rise of Mordor action for you today, and this is a Battle of the Five Armies sort of scenario that we are seeing here today. As I mentioned, we have the elves of the woodland realm. We also have the dwarves of Erebor, and they are here, and the Iron Hills I should probably add, because now we obviously have Iron Guard, so you can have like the Iron Foot that are like appear with Dane. So yeah, we have the dwarves and the elves defending against the forces of evil, with Gundabad over here being represented by Mordor. That is going to be a reinforcement. But the immediate threat is the forces of Dol Guldur. We have two Dol Guldur armies here facing down the elves and the dwarves. As you can see, the balance of power is very much not in favor of the dwarves, but quality will overcome quantity perhaps. Or will it be the other way around? We'll find out, I guess. Obviously, this threat of the flank is an ever-present worry for when they do eventually arrive. I guess their aim is to defend the Lonely Mountain in this battle. But yeah, this is one that I was sent by a subscriber on the Discord. So if you'd like to send in your own Rise of Mordor content, or would like to get involved in some Rise of Mordor action, then the link is down below in the description to join the Discord. As you can see, we have some Guldur blades now rushing forward. They're trying to catch these Erebor crossbows, and as you can see, the elves are just jumping like that's like the scene in The Hobbit where they jump over the like the Iron Foot to go into battle. That was kind of how it worked there, and it looked very kind of like really cool to see. You can see that the elves are now in combat against the Gundabad orcs. Well, not Gundabad, Dol Guldur orcs. Good if we can have Gundabad eventually. That would be really cool to see, but not yet. And it'd been really nice to see when we have more like Iron Hill like units, some more Dwarven units entirely. I've seen a lot of work being done on the dwarves at the moment, like the Mansion Defenders, I think they're called, or something like that. I've seen they're like a really cool unit, and there'll be some other like really cool units that they're also adding in. But yeah, this is awesome to like do another Battle of the Five Armies scenario. We don't often do them. I think I did one a little while ago, which I'll probably leave a link to if you want to check that one out. And that one had Dale in it, so that's the only thing that's really missing from this one, is like the men of Dale are not here represented today, and we don't have any bardings. They'd be very useful right now. Well, I guess they've got Elven archers, so they don't really need to necessarily have the bardings, because they've got all these good Lascalan archers back here. These guys are gonna probably rack up kills. But if you're enjoying seeing Middle-earth action and would like to see some more Rise of Mordor content, then do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here, and a comment to show your support. As always, thank you so much for all the support recently on Rise of Mordor. It's by far and away some of my like more successful videos, and yeah, I just can't thank you guys enough for all the support on these videos. I really enjoy showing off this mod. I love obviously like the Middle-earth universe and the mod. So since you guys are really enjoying seeing it, it encourages me to show it off more and more. But yeah, so the first wave of attackers is looking like it's Guldur blades and it's the wraiths. And the wraiths are going to be the more of the issue, I think, because they will they'll fight to the last man. Unlike the Guldur blades, they'll fight on as long as possible, but they'll eventually break. We've got some Guldur glaives here. This is like a shock unit, and they are about to charge possibly into the back of this Elven force here. They've got a lot of wicked blades there. Look at those, they're nasty. They look like they're going to charge in. If not, they need to be focused down by the elves. Here we go, charging in. And they'll get a fair few kills in these elves, I imagine. They didn't get a great charge, but I would have thought they could rack up some kills now. This Elven flank is certainly open. But perhaps not, perhaps not. The dwarves even in combat? Yeah, they are in a little bit. Actually, they are quite a lot. They've actually already sent in the Grimhammers. That is not a good sign, to be honest, that the Grimhammers are already being sent in. Some of the elites. They are shortly getting replaced, though. Well, not... As far as I'm aware, the Grimhammers' days are numbered. They are getting replaced by a different shock infantry unit. I don't know why they just don't make the Grimhammers maybe a bit lighter. Then you could have like a lighter shock for the dwarves, have a cheaper shock infantry, and then have the more elite one. Kind of what Dol Guldur's got. looking awesome as always. I mean, it's a very short line. I mean, certainly Dol Guldur, as you can see, there's an Elven King here. Elven King Rider now doing a lot of damage, actually routing a fair few units here. Charging into the Elven King, also not a good idea. You want to just stand your ground, form shield wall, and then pray that he gets a bad charge. Because the Elven King here is a nasty, nasty unit. This unit's probably just going to like get evaporated. Yeah, it's already down to 95 men. Where did it break here? Mirkwood Raiders. They're going into the Mirkwood Raiders now with the Elven King. And this guy's probably going to rack up kills. I mean, Javies are certainly a very good unit to use against the Elven King. And already we have the Orcs of Gundabad arriving. You can see represented by Mordor already arriving on the field. I don't know whether they're going to get involved yet, but they are like across that little crossing over there. So that is a worry there for the Elves and the Dwarves. They've got a hard match on here, and the Grimhammer's already losing. That's a real concern there. They're falling them back, actually. They're actually falling a lot back. The Elves already holding the line here. They should do fine against these Wraiths. They should rip them to shreds, probably. I mean, the line kind of like goes up to here where these Lasgarland blades are. They could, if they play this nicely, they could get a unit and they could go in behind and flank with these guys. I mean, it's a risk because they could then get counter-flanked. But it's an option there. The Pike's now moving up for Dol Guldur. That is an asset that the Orcs obviously are going to have to use very well because they don't have pikes or any halberds to like Erebor and the Elves. And you can see they're already falling back. Look at this. Already falling back loads and loads. If I get these Grim Hammers out of here as well, if you're not going to like use them effectively, get them out of here. I mean, already they are that threatened by Mordor. I'm going to call them Mordor. I'll probably equally also call them Gundabad. But yeah, they've got like lots of Uruk Throng. They've got lots of Orc Pillagers. Guards the Teeth. Uruk Archers. A lot of Uruk Archers actually being brought. What was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, at least 6 I'm seeing there. I mean, they are better than the Mirkwood Trackers. I wouldn't have bothered bringing like any of them. But yeah, I would have thought maybe 6 archers is one too many. I'd probably bring more like shock infantry, more swords, more pole arms. In fact, these guys are really, really good. I mean, the Guards of Teeth you can't bring any more of, but I'd certainly bring more like Morgul Legion or something like that. They're really good. And yeah, these Grim Hammers here are getting focused on Javid. Actually, they're actually getting some kills. Those Mirkwood Trackers. Kind of surprised. These guys are heavily armored. They don't care. They'll take the hits. Elves over here now holding the line ever so slightly. It's a thin golden line, and actually that thin golden line is about to get evaporated by, I think, friendly fire just as much as that is anything else. That was like trying to hit this unit as it like Champions of Dol Guldur as it came in. A really elite shock infantry, probably one of the best in the game. Champions of Dol Guldur. Look at the guys. He's got like so many arrows in them. Some of these guys, but they again have really, really thick armor. Yeah, they've evaporated that Elven unit. And you see the final few units of the Elves just getting isolated and killed. Some Dwarves in here. This is the Grim Hammers. Sad to see these guys just get killed off so easily. Where are the Eagles when you need them? Because right now, I mean, the Dwarves are needing the Eagles. And, oh, I can't remember his name. The guy that can shapeshift into a bear. I can't remember his name. Someone will probably tell me in the comments. They could do with him as well. One big bear man could certainly sort out a lot of issues. And look at this, they're really falling back. They're not even going to defend the mountain. Looks like they're going to just, the elves they're having enough. They're going home. They're going back to Mirkwood. They're like, yeah, screw Erebor, we're going home. Erebor's going to stand and defend the Lonely Mountain. I mean, they've still got a fair amount of units. Where's Thorin to charge out as well? He needs to charge out of the gates. And then they can all shout, for the king! For the king! Anyway, they've lost about 600 men, and they've killed over 2,000. It shows, like, how elite the elves and the dwarves are. But, I mean, the elves probably use a lot of their arrows up to inflict those damages. Also, I think most of those kills that they've got so far are Mirkwood Trackers, which are, like, they number into, like, the 200s or some of their units, typically. I don't know if they do at the moment. The Mirkwood Trackers, well, they at 195, yeah, they're nearly at 200 men, so you're just, like, killing them. It's not really an achievement in numbers. They need to be killing off more things like the Guldur pikes, like more of these Guldur blades and shock infantry. It looks like they're going to get focused down here, as you can see, by Morgul Mordor's archers. You've got the Uruk archers here, and they're just going to focus down Erebor. I mean, to be honest, I wouldn't bother shooting the Erebor Axe Warriors. I mean, if you're going to do this, you've got to get your archers really, really close, and then you've got to shoot into the backs of the other units. Like, you've got to shoot across the formation and shoot stuff at the back. Because just shooting head-on into these Erebor Axe Warriors, that's not going to achieve much. These guys are at 90 health, like 90 men still. They're going to get a bit bloodied up. Like, the officer here is bloodied up. He may die. But these guys with their thick shields and armor, they're probably going to be just fine. They'll block just about anything. Also, Mordor's archers aren't great, so, I mean, they just got numbers. That's all they're really good at. But as you can see, like, the first phase of fighting's kind of over. It looks like the elves are going to defend this hill here, and they're kind of going to support the Erebor, like, position, I guess. I feel like they should get their archers and put them, like, right behind, so they can just basically fire into anything that tries to attack this Erebor, like, left flank, certainly. But Erebor's sending up some crossbows, trying to duel with all of these archers. He's not going to win, even though these guys, Erebor crossbows, have really thick armor. There is no way he is going to kill all of these Uruk archers. I mean, Uruk archers, that's another thing that they have, actually. Along with numbers, their armor's not too shabby. They're actually quite well armored. So, I mean, they can certainly do okay in a prolonged, like, missile fight, skirmish fight. I wouldn't be surprised if... I wouldn't be surprised if the Lonely Mountain fell at the moment. I mean, look at the numbers left. The dwarves and the elves are certainly looking like they are on the losing side at the moment. Guldor Blades here. Gold Chevron, I just like to say, and they're full health. Like, these guys, they've got so many fresh units as well to Dol Guldur, so... I don't know if they needed the chevrons. I feel like the chevrons kind of make it a little bit too hard for the dwarves. But, who knows? Who knows? Maybe they'll pull this one back. I'm not sure. So they can tell you that these crossbows are getting rinsed. Yeah, I mean, I think they've gone through the armor, and they're now just picking them off. These guys, yeah, just got no chance. They're hiding them behind this rock, I think, which is all well and good, but like they are still hitting the men. There's all the dwarves, sorry. They are still hitting these poor dwarves. They're so blooded up. Now they're trying to fight. I think they're firing out onto these Merkwood Raiders. Not really worth it, your time. But yeah, so not really the end of the world. They have actually attacked over here, though. They've sent units up. They're now attacking the elves up here, and you can see that the Elven King's going in for a rear charge. This is the Wraiths. I mean, all well and good charging these guys. Yeah, I mean, I guess it kills them quicker, but these guys aren't going to break. That's the issue. Like, you're charging them in, not going to break these guys. And there's a few isolated Elven King units in there. Killed a couple more. Oh, look at that. Those two just got taken out. This Elven King's getting pretty beaten up. Thranduil needs to be careful. These Wraiths should just lose anyway. You just don't need to prolong them, like risk your general. You're not going to, like, break these guys, like I said. You're probably just better just holding on, waiting for, like, pikes to come up or other things. That would be better to go for. Who knows? Who knows? But anyway, the elves are fighting on hard in here against the Wraiths, against the undead forces of Dol Guldur. Sauron has not just amassed an army of orcs, but an army of dead men, it would seem. And now the elves have the task of killing the undead. Where's Aragorn with his with Narsil when you need it? Certainly not here. I read something the other day that at the time that, like, obviously, like, the Hobbit movie's got loads of issues with it and, like, timing and stuff like that, but when Thranduil says to Legolas to go and find Strider at the end of the movie, at that time, it would have been known where, like, Aragorn was, because he was in Rivendell, because he was, like, 10 years old at the events of The Hobbit. He's, like, 10 years old, and he doesn't leave Rivendell till he's become, like, Strider, till he's, like, 22 or something like that. It was something or about double the age he was currently. So yeah, Legolas basically is trying to find, like, an infant at the time of The Hobbit. Obviously, Legolas isn't even in the Hobbit movie, so that's, like, another big issue. But if he was supposedly in the Hobbit books and he's been told to go and find Aragorn, then Aragorn, they know where he would be. He would be in Rivendell. It's not like it would be hard to find him. This is another funny thing that I just found that was just an issue with the movies. But here we go. The Iron Foot now under attack. The Iron Guards, I should say. They do look like Iron Foot. These guys are getting a remodeling, I've heard already. These guys, like one of the newer units, are getting a remodeling on their shields, making them a little bit chunkier as well, apparently. So it's good to see like the difference between the two, like before and like after the little upgrade. See whether if their looks have certainly improved the unit or not. I don't know. I quite like them how they are now. They look really good. But I guess if they think they can improve it, oh my god, that poor guy got speared. Don't know if you saw that. It's like at the top of like, the picture. The guy just got speared in midair. But yeah, these Iron Guards, this will take a long time to break through these guys. They might need to get pikes up here. They are actually trying to focus these Iron Guards down. I mean, not a bad idea trying to weaken their armor. But I mean, certainly fighting the pikes here, not a good idea. I'd be just getting a flank on. Maybe, yeah, the crossbows coming up would certainly be a good idea. Fall back your units. Just don't engage these pikes. Just let the pikes get shot up. But it looks like they're going to send some more pikes in the direction, try and chase down these crossbows. Oh my gosh, look at the volley fire into these guys. They're just getting evaporated. Do the same against these guys. Just shoot them to pieces. Or countercharge. Yeah, there you go. They're going to countercharge, hit them in the flank. Smart play there. And then in come some champions of Dol Guldur, though. They're going to come in and do their bit. The pikes need to get involved, otherwise it's just going to get shot in the back. Surely these crossbows are just going to shoot them in the back in a moment. Yeah, here we go. Look at that. These poor pikes. They're like, we don't know what to do. We get surrounded, whatever happens. They're going to march slowly towards the crossbows, it seems. Probably the better choice. I think most of the infantry's engaged for like Erebor. I mean, he's got these Grimhammers. You can send them out. Oh, these guys are broken. Oh, yeah, I forgot this is the issue that with this map. When a unit breaks, it just stays where it is. Like, the unit's just going to just mill around. So it's kind of funny. Like, look at these guys. They're just like, oh, yes. Just love the weather. So sunny, so bright. Yes, I've killed hundreds of people today. But yeah, so, like, Erebor's going to have, like, a line of Guldur pikes in front of them now, just standing here. So hopefully, these Erebor crossbows move to find new targets. It is the only issue, because otherwise they could just shoot this, this Guldur blade unit quite nicely. I mean, it's already breaking anyway. Erebor's just having to deal with all the weakened units that Dol Guldur had left. Not even seen Gundabad's forces really committed, but I mean, here he comes, Gundabad coming forward with his Orc Pillagers, Uruk Throng. I don't think they'll break through this line. It'll take a long time. I mean, these Orc Pillagers, though, triple Silver Chevron, they might do it. And we've got some Hall Guardians over here now. They are actually surrounding and helping to deal with these... oh no, they were... It looked like they were surrounding, but they're not. They just pushed down. And they're helping to deal with these wraiths. God, I hate it. I hate artillery lighting. You have to turn around. There you go. It looks so much nicer in that direction. Look at these horses. They're just milling in the middle of this fight. Get out of here, horses. And that guy with his double-handed sword looks awesome. Really does. But as you can see, we've got Gundabad now going in with his Orc Pillagers. And look at that, actually. Erebor Axe Droids losing decisively on the charge. I mean, they're in their square formation, in their triangle formation. Get my shapes right eventually. And they got a decent charge off these Orc Pillagers. And they've got silver chevrons. So maybe they could beat these guys. Grimhammer's going in. I'm gonna say though, I feel like the chevrons are a little bit too much. I feel like the chevrons should not have been thrown in. But you can see these Orc Pillagers are losing now. This one's not though. I feel like the Chevrons are a little bit too much. I feel like the Dwarves have already got it up against... The Dwarves and the Elves got it up against them. I feel like throwing in extra Chevrons is possibly not a good idea. But I don't know. It's hard to say. I mean, it's going to be close because... I mean, you can see the next wave of infantry is already coming up. And then after that, there's not masses of infantry left. Most of it's obviously Gundabad's now. But yeah, Dol Guldur kind of running out of stuff. I mean, the Dwarves are going to be so low on men eventually. They are going to get broken through, you can imagine. I don't know why they have 2 units here stacked on top of each other. It's just making a bigger target for archers. And also, they're going to need those men elsewhere. Like, over here, for instance. These Erebor Axe Warriors not having a good time. At least the Grim Hammers in here are certainly evening up the fight. And they should probably easily turn it around. Grim Hammers are nasty. The Elves as well, they're starting to come down this hill now. You can see the Elven King's going in. What is he going in for? These archers? I mean, these Merca trackers are just not worth going in for. Oh, he's going to go for this tiny little unit. I don't know why he's worried about any of this. He's going to charge the general, which is a bold play. And then he goes. I mean, yeah, there's a good bit of damage, but he's then going to retreat out of a shock infantry unit. He's putting his general at more risk, to be honest. I'd rather just charge archers or like charge anything over here. Like that general's now pretty weak. He's down to 16 men. I'd just charge these archers. Maybe charge over here. Maybe charge the Orc pillagers would have been a better choice, I think. He had a load of traps here actually, which I guess that's quite useful. Having a load of traps here certainly just inflicts a little bit more damage onto Mordor or Dol Guldur, I should say. Dol Guldur and Gundabad. Got spears being thrown in here as well. I feel like this is a little too much. I feel like the Grim Hammers would have held just fine on their own. But yeah, I feel like they need to just hold back on just throwing stuff in. They need to just rely on the quality of the Dwarves. They'll hold for a long time. Like a tiny unit will hold back a lot more for a long time. So they want to keep their reserves for when they're actually needed. Like they've thrown in that general unit over there. And they've thrown in another sword. Yeah, they do not need all of this over here. This is far too much to hold back 3 units of orcs. Once these guys are in combat, these orc pillagers, they've lost their shock value. You can see they're already getting they're losing decisively. They don't need to have all this in here now. Just get some of it out of here. And you can see the elves are now coming down the hill, and they're going to actually try and get involved in like flanking round. Which is really good. You can see that Gundabad here, or Mordor, is setting up more stuff. Again, I don't know why they're pulling swords out. Just keep them in there. If you're going to send them in, keep them in. Every dwarf life matters at the moment. You need to keep them all alive. Where is Thorin at this point? He's still got his dragon sickness, I would assume. Still believes that he has the divine right to rule with the Arkenstone. I guess he kind of does a bit. His divine right to rule, I guess, because he's just a son of Durin. Poor Ironfoot getting killed there. I hope they do name it, like, that'd be kind of cool, actually, to name a Dwarven unit after Durin. Like, have Durin's, I don't know, Durin's folk or something like that, or... I don't know. They're better at thinking of names than I am, but yeah, something named after Durin would be kind of cool to have in there, since Erebor is like the kings of Erebor are supposedly like in the major line. Enemy general is dead. Oh, they did. They just charged this guy down. Did they charge him or shoot him? I think they shot him. Yeah, I think the elves just shot this general to death. That's unfortunate. And now the elves are sending in their archers to go and deal with these Guldur blades. They'll lose this fight. These Guldur blades are so heavily chevroned. And it's swords versus elves. It's a fresh unit as well of swords. It's not like... These elven archers can certainly take on like maybe like a half strength one or something like that. But not a full strength one, I don't think. I don't know, it's hard to say. With the general dead, they might be able to. The morale will be low. Could go either way, but there you go. Some more swords being sent in. That'll help support the fight. Yeah, you can see they were already losing. Now would be a good time to start. This is when you start to use the Elven King. You could get him around the back. You could rear charge. Or you could just go after all sorts of stuff. You got the Hall Guardians. They were going to charge in there. They were going to go for the pikes. They are now, actually, yeah. The pikes aren't set up. Oh, they got a really nice charge there, catching them unawares. Whether they'll get pushed back now that the pikes are down, quite possibly. And they see you're going to surround them again here. The elves are just going in. They don't mind if they get counter-flanked themselves. They're going to get flanked here by, this is Uruk archers. Yeah, that's not really the end of the world. These Hall Guardians should probably be able to wrap them up. Could have these guys form square. That would be kind of a cool idea. Get them surrounded, then form square. Balance of power still looking pretty rough for the dwarves and the elves, but it's down to 1,300 dwarves and elves against 3,500 orcs. They're going to need every single man in here. You can see crossbows getting sent in now. These orc pillagers are certainly running into issues now. Apart from the initial charge, they are having a rough time now. We've got guards of the teeth in here. These guys, 105 of them in a unit. Silver chevroned as well. Their pole arms are nasty. Everyone in their silvery looking armor. It looks so much nicer from this view. Attila just needs to sort their lighting out. I wish there's a way you could, so you don't have to have it a certain angle. Why not all angles look the same? These guards of the teeth, though, like I say every time, they're wicked looking blades. A general is dead, so that must be the Elven general. Thranduil has fallen. What did he do? We went in after this general again. I don't know why he did this. This general's dead. Why charge this unit? You're just fighting a shock infantry then. In prolonged melee, I should add. No wonder he's going to die. That Elven general would have been better maybe going after archers or like more of these pikes. I don't know. Just anything other than that general that was already dead. Elves are already starting to wave over here. They're losing decisively as well. I feel like they should have just gone to help the dwarves. They shouldn't have worried about like being aggressive in Dol Guldur. I feel like that general being killed is certainly throwing a spanner in the works. These elves might all of a sudden just start to chain route. Unlikely. They are starting to lose though. Losing. Yeah. They might just start to do that though. Poor Uruk Archer here is about to get, speared. Ripped to him. That's what happens when you try and take on a shock infantry unit as an archer. You die. And they're getting sandwiched now. You can see the pikes here, Guldur pikes. Trying to sandwich them between the archers and themselves. But this one is getting broken, and then eventually they'll be able to then flank this Guldur pike. I think they've overstretched themselves to the dwarves and the elves. When they've won in the center here, though, they can start to flank. Certainly going to be a close one, put it like that. I mean, also got to remember that Dale being like damaged so heavily, like over there, it's not even been fought over. Is minus 10 morale for the defenders. So that's the dwarves and the elves. They have minus 10 morale from usual. These spears need to get into the fight. They're really good. Need to get them in there. They'll get kills on the attack. I can't wait till they put in like war cries and like speech and stuff from Middle Earth and stuff like that. Actually, it's going to be like the elves and the dwarves giving off their war cries, not just like I don't know, just for Rome or whatever it is that you get from like Attila. It'd be so much better. What's over here? Is this the Elven King again? Yeah, he's just dealing with some archers. The 3 men that are left. But yeah, over here you can see that the elves are actually starting to lose. And you can see, wow, look at that. That was fast charge. Yeah, rapid advance, in fact, sorry. That was very impressive. And that Champions of Dol Guldur should rip to shreds this Hall Guardian now that they've got a rear charge. And there'll be a few more skulls added to their backs, I'm sure. Why are some of them blue? Why did you dye the skulls blue? That's the question I want to know. And yeah, these Hall Guardians are just not in a good spot right now. They're actually wavering. Yeah, one broken. And then the other one's losing decisively. I honestly think it might be curtains for the dwarves and the elves. I think the elves made the mistake of attacking like the reserves of Dol Guldur. I think they would have been better just to get over to support the dwarves. Support this line here. The dwarves, once again, I think, might have been let down by the elves. They fought so hard. But who knows? Who knows? It's not over yet. Anything could happen. Oh, it's like that. That could happen. The guards, the teeth, are just pushed through. Like they've forced back the dwarves who are having to like give up ground because they can't fight the polearms, and they're actually going to go and defend Erebor. They're going to defend the very, very bottom of Erebor, and you can see they've actually countercharged with an Erebor Axe Warrior, and they're trying to catch this guards, the teeth, unawares as it was reforming. So heavily armored though are these guards the teeth. You are not going to like kill them easily. They need to be fighting quite a long time to even like stand a chance of killing them. I think those dwarves are broken. Oh no, they just pulled them out of combat. They're trying to get these guys back. Look at this massing of dwarves here. This is what's going to hold. Truly looks awesome. More men coming back. Erebor Axe Warriors, what is left? Not much. They should try and get this Erebor Axe Warrior back since it's winning decisively. They could probably get it out of there. And the guards of the teeth have lost one man, and yeah, they are looking healthy. They're forming square. I'm going to say that the dwarves have probably lost this 300 against 1800. I don't even think the dwarves can win on those odds. I mean, the elves are still alive. They're just, their last stand is over here. They fought hard, I'll give you that. I feel like the elves used far too much ammo up on like those Mirkwood trackers and stuff like that. I saw them firing on them early game. Shouldn't have bothered. Should save your ammo for things like the pikes and shock infantry. Those Mirkwood trackers just break at the sight of the elves and the dwarves, really. Look at this. Elves breaking. Final fight over here. And they're going to waver and probably go in a moment. And then this will be it. This will be it. The dwarves defending this last spot, and they're actually getting jabbed to pieces. I mean, I'm just waiting for the bell as well from Erebor just to come swinging down. I mean, if it did now, it'd just knock these guys all down, kill them all. One, like, swing of a bell kills about 300 dwarves.
The enemy has put our ally to the sword.
They have. There you go. The elves are all dead. And here we go. In come the Mirkwood trackers. They're actually going in first. Or Mirkwood Raiders. I think they're the Javi variant. I think the trackers are the archers. Well, at least they get some easy kills. But, I mean, yeah, all it's going to take is just one guards of the teeth and then some shock infantry. And they break through this, I think.
The whole unit has been destroyed.
Look at this. Look at this guy. He's breaking formation, but he doesn't care. He's going to kill as many trackers or raiders as possible. And I can hear shock infantry. Oh no, it's polearms. Surprised they ran them up. But there you go. These guys are now in combat, and yeah, I mean, this is going to change the battle, I think. Polearms being in here. This is what's going to turn the tide of the battle. The shock infantry won't help either. But they've got nothing to answer to these polearms. And I can't wait till they eventually get their halberdier unit, the dwarves. It'll be so much of use. I've forgotten what that's being called. But that being added will be great.
Enemy forces have destroyed an entire
Losing decisively here are these Erebor Axe Warriors. I mean, actually, so the Shock here. Champions of Dol Guldur. This is a general as well. Kill him. They got maybe a chance of a chain rout, but there is still Gundabad with his general somewhere. Yeah, his Guards of the Teeth. They're not going to kill that anytime soon. But yeah, I certainly think they should have gone for generals. With like archers and stuff like that. They should have saved ammo for them, because if you can just destroy their like their generals, and then morale just goes so quickly as like Mordor or as Dol Guldur, certainly. And they needed Dale. They needed the men of Dale here as well, it would seem. The men of Dale to save the city. And also, seeing the dwarves and the elves, they needed saving, even with their elite armies. But I'll show you, like, I mean, the balance power has been, like, never in favour of the dwarves at all, but they have actually killed nearly 8,000, a good 7,000, just say, with just under 3,000 men themselves. As you can see, they're pushing on in now. The crush is coming. Looks like the dwarves are going to be very aggressive. They're not giving. They're going to just fight on to the last. And it looks like the forces of evil are going to win this one. They won't even need the trolls. They won't even need trolls. I can't wait till we do this scenario again. Like I do it again. I'll have trolls and stuff to like influence the battle. That would be really, really cool. You see, I don't know what's happened really to the dwarves. Oh, they're breaking. Okay, they're chain around, but they just stood here. So, like, loads of units are going to get some easy kills here, but I'm just going to fast forward now. Because it looks like the forces of Erebor have given in. They are broken right outside the gates of Erebor. The Lonely Mountain looks like it is going to fall to the forces of evil. And the Kingdom of Angmar is going to be reborn when they invade the north with this invasion force now. Who can stop them? Nobody knows. I would have thought nobody now at this point. Maybe Gondor, maybe Rohan. If they're united together, they could defeat them. But who knows? The cesspits of Dol Guldur and Angmar and Gundabad have been opened, and their legions are marching forth, and they have taken the Lonely Mountain. It's going to be it would be an interesting one to see whether they could stop them. But there you go, a valiant defeat for the Dwarves of Erebor and for the Woodland Realm. So we'll end the replay and have a look at the end results. I imagine there will be a lot of kills for the Forces of Good. They killed a lot of men. But yeah, as you can see here, the General here, Iron Guard's getting 134 kills. Then you got the Erebor Axe Warriors here, 207 kills, probably the best of the bunch. Then you got the Grim Hammers here, 437 kills. They expect no less from these men. These guys are good at getting kills. The Crossbows here getting 514 kills. Did actually really well. All of them did quite well. 225, 170. Really surprised them get that many kills. But I don't know if they were just shooting other archers. I'm not really sure. With like low ammo. But they were certainly also getting a lot of kills on pikes. And then you have the Iron Guards here getting 119 kills. So he was Erebor was played by ACG, who sent in this replay. Then we have the Elves of Cupidance here play... yeah, it's the Woodland Realms. I don't know what I was going to say there. I was going to say Elves of Cupidance. I should have said the Elves of the Woodland Realm, played by Cupidance. There you go. 664 kills with his Elven King Riders. His Last Garland Blades, 248 kills. I mean, some of them, these two did really well, but the rest, I mean, that one did okay as well. But the rest did pretty average. And like, I mean, they could have done with getting more kills. Hall Guardians, 271, 219 kills. So pretty good kills there. And then we have the Archers, I mean, 261. 325, some really good kills here with the Elven Archers. Expect no less from them. And then we have Tangent Gans here playing as one of the Dol Guldur armies. 149 kills with his general. His Guldur Glaives getting 244 kills, pretty good. His Blades and Wraiths getting like no kills. His Pikes also the same. And his Archers, yeah, nothing like amazing there. And then we have Map Boy playing as the as Mordor, but also like Gundabad, you could kind of say. His army didn't get many kills because obviously he was late to the battle. 184 kills this Uruk Throng, that was pretty good. These Pillagers, I thought they would have done better. They like seemed to be getting a lot of initial success, but then didn't seem to die quite quickly. His Archers getting 68 kills, his Guards of the Teeth getting 55. Nothing like amazing. And then we have just Joshua playing as Dol Guldur. His 106 kills, sorry, with his Goldor blades, and then his champions of Dol Guldur getting 172 kills, and his pikes 65, and his archers very few kills here. 42 with his javies in the end. But there you go. The forces of good have been defeated outside the Lonely Mountain. Sauron is victorious, and his legions will march forward, like I said, into Angmar and take back the lost kingdom of the north for the forces of evil. But there you go. If you enjoyed, then do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're around here, and a comment to show your support. And until next time, Legionnaires, I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.